Okay, I was exercising this morning. I was taking my dogs on a walk, and I had a client ask me what kind of stretch could she do for her IT band. She has what you call IT band syndrome. So what does that mean? I believe that most of us have it. Has some sort of thing where we have the IT band is tight. It's like, it feels like the outside of the hip. It goes into the back. It feels like it goes down to the sciatica, the back of the knee, the side of the knee, down to the ankle, and sometimes into the shoulder and the neck. I want to be clear that I am not a physical therapist. I am not an osteopath. I am not an orthopedic surgeon, but I am, by profession, a personal trainer for over 40 years. My degree and my background is in exercise physiology and business, and I've been practicing since I was in college, so you can figure that out. How have I figured out a lot of the things that I've been doing? Because I am now 61 years old, and I am still practicing as a trainer, active, okay? I'm not just teaching from the sidelines. In order for me to teach, in order for me to train, I have to be feeling and doing what my clients are doing, but first and foremost, I test them out on myself. I've had a lot of injuries in my time, and why have I had a lot of injuries in my time? Because I never learned the proper mechanics. I just did it. And as a young person, I always wanted to win. I was tough, I was strong, and I didn't listen to my body. So there's a lot of that goes into this video, and everybody wants a quick, short, and easy answer. And I'm going to tell you it starts with breathing, but I'm not going to talk about that today. What I am going to talk about is how can I give myself some relief in that hip, the IT band, down the knee, and the back, and the ankle. How would I get relief? So I was walking the dogs today, and I felt the difference in inclining and decline, so I stopped as I was walking and I stretched, and I'm going to show you the stretch that I did. Okay, so I went down. I actually had 2 leashes in my hand, but so this is the side that really feels really tight. Now I'm weaker on my right side, on my right leg than my left, so I've compensated using shifting my body weight to the outside. That's contributed to me having some pain in my hip. My IT band is tight, and I've overused the outside of the thigh. Okay, I'm not going to talk about specific muscles or anything like that. I'm not going to name them by the name because I am appealing to pain and the regular consumer. So please don't dissect me if you're a physical therapist or somebody that's a body expert as far as terminology, okay? So the first thing you do is and a lot of us can't do this, can't get down on one knee. So put your hands down. I would imagine that I would recommend that you do this inside before you leave. And if you notice, I can't reach, it's really hard for me to reach the ground with my heel of my hand. Why? Because I have an IT band is tight, and that makes me feel shorter, my back shorter. Why wouldn't I be shorter? Because I'm walking like this all the time throughout the years. Gravity's pushing me down, and I'm not pulling back. I have to make sure I pull back. So how do I pull back? That's when you inhale and exhale. You inhale and exhale, how? Like a wave, okay? The water comes in, the water comes out. But we inhale and exhale using the hips if we're walking, because we're like this. Inhale, exhale. Where does that put the pressure on? You can feel it, okay? So here's the stretch, okay? If you can't reach the ground, I would recommend that you use 2 blocks, or you can do it on the couch. Okay, so let's start out on the couch. Okay, my heels of my hand are on my couch. Okay, this is the problem child. Okay, I'm going to exhale. As I exhale, I'm going to shift my weight back towards my butt, from my belly to my butt. That's going to release this little bit in that hip. Okay, as it releases in the hip, I'm also going to take my biceps and bring them into my triceps. I'm going to bend the back knee a little bit. I'm going to shift my air into the abdominal, okay, back into my butt, I'm going to drop the weight on the opposite side. I'm going to drop the foot, drop the knee, keep a ball of the foot, and I'm not going to push up with my hip. I'm going to exhale. As I exhale, I'm going to round my back. As I round my back, I'm going to put the weight on my leg that has the hip problem in the middle of the foot. Okay, the middle of the foot, you want to be balanced. Okay, and what am I going to do? I'm going to stretch out my thigh, and I'm going to put the pressure on my hamstring, in the middle of my hamstring. As I put the pressure on the middle of my hamstring, okay, I'm not going to come up and push up with my hip. I'm going to elongate. As I elongate, I feel the back of my butt. I call that your spoiler shifts back. Okay, the front of the car, which is where the hinge is, where the leg meets the trunk, goes forward. Okay, then that goes above, up into the back. So why did I twist over to the back? What I have to do is exhale. It's like exhale. When you exhale, you push the ball down. Right here in the belly. You push the ball down, the ball goes down. It sits on top of your thigh. You push the thigh back to the hamstring. Okay? Then the ball is right there. You push the ball into the front. And when you come up, you feel nice and straight because you feel really tight in that hip flexor area. What that is going to do is it opens up the pelvis area, and it gives you the ability to do a better ball and socket around that hip that hurts. Okay? What do you do around that ball and socket? Everybody says, well, it's your hip that hurts. Well, it does hurt. It does hurt. My pelvis hurts, my back hurts, but all these muscles around here are either too tight or too weak. So I have to stretch and I have to strengthen. Okay, that core, which is right here, is very, very important for staying stable. I can't shift my weight from one pelvis to the neck or one hip to the next. It has to be stable, it has to be even. Your pubic bone has to be even with what? Your tailbone. When you're walking, you can't be going like that, okay? And both sides of my pelvis have to be even. So what do I do? If I keep my legs straight, and I tighten my hips, I'm going to keep all this pressure here in this IT band. So I have to walk with soft hips. That's a whole nother can of worms. So there's a lot to it, and I know it's like, that's a big, long explanation. That's why I am a personal trainer. I don't like to give people exercises unless I'm with them because we do them wrong. So that's my IT band stretch, and I hope that helps.